We are almost ready for the 2024 Big Ten Women's Basketball Tournament presented by TIAA. A pair of first-round games on Wednesday, Northwestern, Purdue, Rutgers, and the homestanding Minnesota Golden Gophers. You see all of Thursday's second-round matchups, and then the four top seeds. They won't play until Friday. Those teams are Ohio State, Michigan State, Iowa, and Indiana. It should be a terrific week in the Twin Cities, and we head there right now. Big Ten women's basketball analyst Shimmy Gray-Miller inside the Target Center. And Shimmy, this tournament, for the first time in its history, is sold out. Give us a sense of what you expect from the environment this weekend in Minneapolis.
Incredible. I mean, you can already see fans. I was walking over here today from the hotel, and there's already fans. They were out and about getting coffee this morning. I mean, the signage all over the city as soon as you landed in Minneapolis Airport, signage everywhere for the Big Ten Women's Tournament. It already feels electric, and we haven't even played a game yet, Rick.
Shimmy, Ohio State and Iowa are the top two seeds. Obviously, they split during the regular season. Ohio State also lost to Michigan. Iowa lost a couple of other games. But throughout the course of the year, they were the best two teams in the league. How much of a separation is there? How big are they in terms of being considered the two favorites to reach Sunday's championship game?
As the separation is as big as the number of people that are going to be filing through this arena in the next few days. Those two teams, they're playing for an opportunity to have a number one seed, and no other team in this tournament can say that. So there's a lot at stake for both those teams. You know, obviously, Indiana plays very well at home, especially when they're healthy. But right now, that's a question mark for them. They're not at home, and we don't even know how healthy they are with the two injuries to Mackenzie Holmes and Lily Meister in the last game of the season. Michigan State, they've been hot lately. You know, but right now it's Ohio State and Iowa. There's a big separation between them and everyone else. Not saying that I think that it's guaranteed that one of those teams will win, Rick, but there is a pretty big gap right now between them and the rest of the field.
Shimmy, we all know, those of us who have covered this sport for long enough, no such thing as guarantees in the postseason. The Buckeyes were so good during the regular season, best ever conference mark under Kevin McGuffin, more than a decade at 16-2. What's the key for them to win 3 games and hoist the trophy on Sunday at the Target Center?
Cody McMahon, and particularly, and I'll explain why, they've got to go inside. And game one and against Iowa, when they were so magnificent in that overtime win, she had 33 points. Game 2, she had 11. But most importantly, in their game 1, they got 39 shots in the paint. In game 2 at Iowa the other day, 25 shots in the paint. And there was a stretch in that second game in Iowa City the other day where Cody McMahon was just dominant. They throw it to her inside. The double comes late. You know that she wants to finish with her right. It doesn't matter. Good luck stopping her. And I was like, okay, here we go. Ohio State's rolling now. They've got the formula. They're going to keep going inside. Very next possession, they took a 3. Next possession, a different person took a 3, both misses. And they did make 14 threes in that game, but they also took a lot of contested mid-range jump shots. So for me, Iowa State, it's got to be going inside, being intentional about going inside, and getting Cody McMahon rolling.
How about the 2-seed Iowa, the Hawkeyes, in search of a 3rd straight Big Ten tournament championship? We know what Caitlin Clark is going to bring every single day of the week. We don't know the injury status of Molly Davis as of yet. What about the rest of the team, and who else has to contribute to get this team over the hump?
Everybody, especially with Molly Davis being out. And I'll tell you this, Iowa is at their best when 2 or more people other than Caitlin Clark has double digits. I mean, you can go back and you can look at what it looks like in their wins versus their few losses. And Molly Davis, actually, I'm even going to take her out of that because she's pretty consistent. In wins or losses, her averages, her numbers, her effective field goal percentage is about the same. But it's everyone else that I'm circling. It's Gabby Marshall, Kylie Fierbach, Hannah Stolke, Cydia Falter, Kate Martin. And their few losses, all of those players, their percentages are down, their effective field goal shooting is down, and their scoring is down. So for Iowa to win 3 straight, which, that's what all these people are here to see. They're coming to watch Caitlin Clark, and that is fine. We just want them in the building. We don't care why they're here. But in order for those guys to go home happy on Sunday, it's got to be 2 or more players other than Caitlin Clark who steps up and gives the Hawkeyes double-digit scoring.
There's no question a majority of the fans would love to see Iowa-Ohio State round 3 in Sunday's championship game. But other than that potential matchup, Shimmy, do you look at the bracket? Is there another potential matchup that intrigues you?
Yeah. I really can't wait to see the Michigan State-Iowa matchup if that were to come to fruition. I would love to see that. They only played one time during the regular season. It was at Iowa City. Michigan State, we know Michigan State lost. We've seen the highlight a million times. It was an incredible shot, just one more notch in Caitlin Clark's legacy belt. It was just a kind of a weird ending with the shooting foul. Was it a shooting foul? Was it not? It doesn't matter. Iowa won. I would really love to see that matchup on a slightly more neutral court, and just to see the Michigan State. I just think Robin Fralick has her team playing so well right now.
Obviously, the Spartans got that double bye by virtue of a win last day of the regular season and a Nebraska loss. So let's go to possible surprises. So we eliminate any of the teams that got double byes and won't start until Friday. Is there a potential surprise team seeded 5 or lower that you think could make a deep run in Minneapolis?
I felt like Nebraska kind of let it slip away on the last day of the regular season. They had a double bye. All they had to do was beat Illinois, and they couldn't. I like their inside-outside presence. They're healthy right now. I think you're getting more from Logan Nisley, more from other players not named Alex Markowski or Natalie Potts or Jazz Shelley. So I'd like to see Nebraska and see what kind of run that they can make. But I'm also really keeping an eye on Maryland, Rick. Maryland right now, I don't think it's guaranteed. Some people have them in, some people don't. So as far as the tournament, I think that they need to at least have one more win to kind of solidify their NCAA tournament chances.
And they open up against that very same Illinois team that knocked off Nebraska on Sunday. Should they win, they would then get to match up with Ohio State. Obviously, win those 2 games, there's no question about Maryland. Probably, though, just 1 win away from getting a spot in this year's NCAA tournament. From teams, let's now turn our attention to players. Other than Caitlin Clark, is there an individual player out there that you think has the ability maybe to grab the nation's attention this week at the Target Center?
I can take your pick from anyone from Michigan State. I just really like the way all those players are playing right now. But if I had to just really hone in on one player, I'm going to say Cody McMahon. She is the X factor. When Ohio State, when they win, she's about 50% from the field. And the few losses that they've had, she's shooting 28%. That's a significant drop off. 33 points in game 1 versus Iowa versus the 11 or so that she had in game 2. I just think that the sophomore she's sensational. Everybody knows what she wants to do, but good luck trying to stop her. She's expanded her 3-point range, but what really just makes her deadly is her ability to score in the paint with her combination of size and power and athleticism, her spin move. So Cody McMahon, I think that Ohio State will go as far as she goes.
All right, Shimmy, before we let you get back to the real work that's at hand on location in Minneapolis, we do need to touch on tonight's game. First game is between Northwestern and Purdue. What should we be watching for?
Well, you got 2 teams that are playing for pride right now. I mean, Katie Geralds is probably one of the most competitive coaches that I've ever met in my life. I can't get the scene of her throwing her water, slamming her water bottle on the ground last year after Jayla Smith hit that awesome dagger 3 to win it last year in the first round of the tournament, in her first game of the tournament. So right now, I like Purdue's seniors. I know Caitlin Harper's out for the season, but they have 3 other seniors that have a lot that they're playing for. And then I really love Purdue's freshmen. So right now, you're looking at it like this. Postseason, you're not freshmen anymore. You're sophomores. So now your sophomore year starts now. And then as far as Rutgers, Hawkeyes is still really building that team at Rutgers. So we'll see, Minnesota's injured. They're kind of hobbling to the finish. So we'll see if Hawkeyes can't take advantage of that with her team.
Yeah, no question. Could have been a very different year for Dawn Plitzuweit and company had Mara Braun been able to go the entire season. Shimmy Gray-Miller, we really appreciate the time. Know it's a busy day for you and the entire crew up in Minneapolis. Enjoy. The games are just about to begin.
This is Christmas, Rick. It's Christmas. Thank you.